YouTube. So, as you can see, sorry about my kid yelling. We're at my mom's place, and I just wanted you to meet her, I guess. So, let's come to my mom. Oh, hi. Hi, sweetie.
Dan molested their daughter Alexis when she was 2 years old. Dan says,
we'll talk later.
100%.
Hey YouTube, so I just left my mom's place and I'm feeling pretty good today. I got to get out of the house, and my father-in-law and I had a nice lunch together with this little monkey, and we just it was just nice to see my mom and just get her to have interactions with Eleanor. When I was working, Eleanor was pretty much like at my mom's house almost every day, so I know she's probably missing not seeing her as much, and my aunt is definitely missing not seeing her as much, but we are having our little get-together, our little family get-together on Saturday, so we are definitely looking forward to that. And I just had a really good time today with my mom and my kid, and it was just I don't know, renewing feeling, I guess, like to get out of the house and just not feel so isolated after I was feeling pretty down and depressed yesterday. So I'm feeling a little more enlightened and renewed today, and I am looking forward to this weekend, and I'm going to do another update later, so talk to you then. Okay, so the update's coming sooner than expected. I just remembered that I also talked to my doctor today. Well, I got a phone call from my doctor's office, and apparently the psychologist that my brother recommended, that I asked for a referral to, is currently not taking patients. So I have either the choice of going back to the psychologist who I already have seen, who is the one that diagnosed me actually, or I can get a referral to one of two other doctors. So I opted for, let's try something new, because why not? I've tried everything else in the past. Let's leave that in the past and move forward. So let's try a new psychologist. Maybe we can start fresh, and maybe they will have some new ideas, new approaches to maybe what medications I can try, because I haven't had very much luck in the past, for very long anyway. It's been like short period fixes, it seems. And then I'd have to like increase dosages or switch medications or stop taking certain ones altogether because of the like of the after effects and stuff that they were giving me. And so yeah, I'm just hoping that within the next week and a half, 2 weeks, that I will hear again from the doctor, and that I will have a referral to go see another psychologist, hopefully. So until we get another update on that, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey YouTube, so I'm back at home now, and I got everything done that I needed to get done for the day. It was nice to get out of the house, and I just wanted to finish up, I guess, this video with a story that kind of got sparked in my head today by when I got home. I started talking to a friend on Facebook who lives in another province now, but she was like a family friend growing up, so she was close to one of my aunts, and I remember being around 11 or 12 and hanging out with her and her sisters sometimes on the weekends and for like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. So yeah, they were family friends. So anyway, I was talking to her when I got home, and she reminded me of this incident that happened with me and my brother, because she was talking to me about her sister. And anyway, so this incident that I'm going to tell you about with my brother, it's probably the worst incident, I don't want to call it an incident, like, it was like literally a physical fight between me and my brother. So it's literally the worst, like, altercation that I've had with my brother ever up, to this point in my life. So, before this incident happened, my brother and I have always been close. It's always just been me and my mom and my brother. So, I don't know, we just, we had our siblings squabbles like any siblings did, but we got along for the most part, and we had pretty much the same friends growing up, even though we were 3 years apart, and we did everything together. So anyway, after my mom's stroke, he ended up living with my aunt and my mom in a different city, and I obviously lived with my husband. So I was visiting my aunt's place one day with my daughter, who was, I think, around 6 months at the time, 5.5, 6 months at the time, and my brother still has this girlfriend, and she had let her ex-boyfriend borrow her car to go to the Tim Hortons that was just around the corner, and he got into an accident. And so on my way there to my mom's house, I clearly saw her car, because she had distinct decals in the back window, so I knew it was her car as soon as I saw it. And as soon as I saw it, I had this feeling well, sucks to be you. I should probably say that I don't really like my brother's girlfriend. Get a little more into that in a minute, but anyway, so I went to my aunt's house, and I was telling my aunt about what I had just saw, that my brother's girlfriend's car had been in an accident over in the plaza, and I guess my brother thought that I was kind of laughing about it or whatever, and I guess I kind of was, because I didn't like her, and I thought, hey, karma's a bitch, and you got what was coming to you. Anyway, so she ran over, comes back, she goes downstairs and talks to my brother, and then a couple minutes later, my brother came upstairs furious. My brother has bipolar II. I have bipolar I. But we feed into each other sometimes, our anger and things like that. We can really feed into each other, and it just escalates us each up. So he said something to me about making fun of his girlfriend or something. It's really hard for me to remember, because when you're in that emotional, anxiety, manic state, it can be hard for you to remember the small details of things sometimes. But I'll tell you what I do remember. He said something to me about him thinking that I was making fun of her, and I basically told him that I didn't want to do this in front of my kid, and where he was standing was like blocking like the doorway to go outside, and my intention was to completely like walk this like around him and to just go outside and cool down for a minute, because I didn't want the situation to escalate. And as soon as like I got near him, he pushed me backwards, and I looked at him dead in the face, and I was like, Mikey, don't you dare put your fucking hands on me again. And I like calmly like tried to go around him again, and he did the exact same thing. He pushed me back and was like, no, blah blah blah, I'm sick of your shit. And I don't remember exactly what he said, but he was really in my face. And my kid was like sitting on the table right there in her car seat, and like less than 2 meters away, here's my brother in my face screaming, and I just snapped and was like, you're not gonna do this in front of my fucking kid. And pretty much was like, you need to stop right now, this is getting out of hand. And he came like behind me, and I was walking away, and he pushed me, and I almost like fell into the stove, and I just like turned around and went at him. Before you know it, I have him in like a choke lock on the ground, and then he's like flipping me over and like starting to punch me, and then I flipped him back over and like managed to like kick him into the freaking stove, and we were just like non-stop, one after the other, like going at each other. And it took my aunt and my stepdad to like completely pull us apart. And I basically told him that I was done with his shit and to never talk to me again, and until he got rid of the stupid chick in his life, that I didn't want anything to do with him, and until he came up with a damn good apology for this, that he wasn't gonna have any part in his niece's life. And I was hoping that that would be enough to like smack him in the face and wake him up. But after that, we didn't speak for over a year, and it really, really hurt me. Like, I felt like I was losing almost my mom all over again. I felt like I had absolutely no family left. My dad left when I was 5. My mom has a stroke suddenly when I'm 21, and then I just have my baby, and I'm wanting, you know, my family life to be good and everyone to be a part of my daughter growing up, and my brother pulls that shit on me. So yeah, I completely cut him off. I deleted him off Facebook. We didn't talk. He wouldn't answer the phone at the house when I would call. He would stay in his room when I would like go to visit. At first it was like at the point where like I wouldn't even bring Eleanor to the house there. I have another aunt that lives literally just up the street from my aunt and my mom, so I would tell my aunt and my mom if they wanted to meet up with me and see Eleanor, that they could do it at my other aunt's house, but I wasn't gonna go there with her. I just like, I didn't wanna be in that situation with him ever again. So anyway, after I told him that I never wanted to see him again and completely freaked out, I took Eleanor and I left immediately before my brother decided to come back upstairs and things like escalated again. And I went to my aunt's house, who lived close by, and I couldn't drive home for like, I'm pretty sure like close to 4 hours afterwards, because I was like so angry and so upset. And it wasn't just about like the incident that had happened with my brother, it was how everybody else was reacting about it. Like, my whole life growing up, my aunts have kind of like babied my brother, kind of given into his every will kind of thing, and they haven't been as like that with me. So like when I went to my aunt's house and I like told them that my brother just physically assaulted me in front of my 6-month-old daughter, I expected them to have a little bit more compassion for how I was feeling in that moment, have a little bit more, I don't know, upset or anger maybe towards my brother for acting like a complete and utter idiot. And for a while, like, I remember I didn't even talk to my aunt for like 2 weeks after that, because I was so hurt and so pissed off about how they handled it. It was almost like they had like blamed me for getting attacked, like I had escalated the situation, when like I've been in situations where I know I've been the instigator, where I know I've been the one pushing, and that was not the case that time. So for someone to tell me that I was being the instigator in that case, when I was going out of my way to like try to avoid the whole confrontation, it just pissed me off so bad. And it took me a long time to get over. And like a year and a half after this incident, I drove up to my aunt's house one day to pick up my daughter after work, and my brother was standing outside having a smoke, and he came up to the window and like kind of like looked at me like, hey, get out of the car. So I took the hint and got out of the car and went over and stood with him, and I don't know, I just like felt like the moment was right, and I hugged him and he told me how sorry he was, and I told him that I was sorry too, and that I was really hurt that it took so long for us to fix things, because I thought that we were closer than this, and we're still working on things. Like, we haven't told each other that we love each other yet, and since an incident happened, but I mean, we're working up to having a normal brother and sister relationship again. And yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, end the day with that, because I went and see my family today and I had a good day, but sometimes family doesn't always understand what you're going through, and that's when it can really hurt the most, because those are the people that are the closest to you. But you just remember, you have to stay strong, and when you approach someone calmer, they're more likely to listen to what you have to say than when you're manic and upset and you're in their face and you're just like trying to get your point across way too viscerally, you know. And so just be patient with your family, be patient. I know it's hard sometimes, trust me. And sometimes you have to put a little bit of distance in between you and that family member for there to be a little bit of healing time to recover, you know. Until next time, stay strong, keep watching. Thank you for all the support. I checked this morning and my first video hit 100 views, and that makes me feel so great and so hopeful that people are watching. And thank you to everybody. I love you all. Stay strong, and remember, you're never alone.